Hi, I'm Tamara Palmer. This is Music Book Club. I'm broadcasting today from my virtual record store in San Francisco, California. And I'm joined today by my esteemed guest, Patricia Miss Pat Chin. Miss Pat is the dynamic force behind VP Records, the world's largest reggae music label. She's a person of unmatched energy and enthusiasm. She's a mother of four, a grandmother of 12, and a great grandmother of three. Miss Pat, welcome to Music Book Club. I'm so happy to meet you.
Thank you very much, Tamaka. And it's very happy to be here to do this interview with you. And thank you for that beautiful introduction.
Thank you so much. We're here to talk about Miss Pat, my Reggae Journey, which is your beautiful, educational as well book. Anybody who has enjoyed reggae music all over the world has a lot of gratitude to Miss Pat for being such a driving force in bringing it to the world. Um, I mentioned that you're a mother of four, grandmother of 12, and great grandmother of three. And I understand that a lot of your family works in the business with you. What does that mean to you to have all the younger generations supporting this effort, worldwide effort that you've done for most of your life?
Well, to tell you the truth, I didn't bring them in, they brought themselves in. They love music, so they eventually came in. It was my first son, Christian. It was my adopted son, Clive Chin, first, from my husband's first child, and then a Christian, and then Randy Chin, my third son, came long after, and then my daughter, from she left school, she was always working in the business. So it's just naturally that they, back home, children go to work very early to help their parents in whatever they do. So they grew up in the business very early. So I really didn't encourage them to stay. They just love what they do. And it's a part of their bringing up to show their responsibility of what their parents did. So I'm happy they all chose music, but I didn't force them to. My second son, Randy, didn't like music that much, business. So he went on another journey. He eventually came back and helped us in the end.
Now, what about the grandchildren and the great grandchildren? Are they really, do they love music? Do you think that they'll become involved in the business?
Yes, I have my grandchildren also working in the business, in different parts of the business. One is Stephen, he does the digital download. And I have my other granddaughter, she does the artwork and all the CD jackets. And then I have another granddaughter that does makeup. And then I have my last, one of my grandson, he's a musician. He taught himself music and guitar. And he's also a beautiful model. So he models my clothes, my clothing line. So they're all in the business, but in different parts of the business.
Oh, wonderful. They must be so proud of this family legacy that's been built.
Yes, I am very proud of them, and I'm sure they're proud of me, although we hardly talk about ourselves. you know, my daughter, she's aware of what I do, and when we go out, people are always congratulating me for the work I've done. But because I'm the mother and she has seen me every day and they see me every day, I think I think it's not registered as much as I would like to be, but in the end it will work out. And that's why I created my book because I wanted my great grandchildren to know what I did in my lifetime.
I love it. Did you find it a therapeutic process to put your book together?
Oh, yes. While I was editing and reading my book, it was very healing. I cried every day. It's a funny feeling. I'm talking about this lady and going through her life in different stages of her life. And I'm crying, and it's a funny feeling. I'm talking about me. And I'm reading about this lady, but it's about me. I don't know if other authors feel the same way, but it's a very healing for me to listen to myself talking about this lady, and this lady is the person that, that she's talking about. It's a funny feeling, but what I would say was very healing for me, and feel very proud that I finished the book.
Oh, it's such a monumental achievement for anybody to be able to tell their life story. So I congratulate you. I know it's been out for a few years, but I am recommending it to all my readers to check it out. One thing I'm really interested in food, and I write about food as part of my living. And one thing that I learned in your book is that Randy's Records first shared space with a restaurant, and then you, for some time, took over the restaurant. I'd love to hear a little bit about that. And I was curious if you still, do you make any of the food that you used to make back home? Like, do you still cook? Do you enjoy it?
Yes, when we rented that space in a restaurant in Jamaica, we just rented a small space. It was a large restaurant, but was not utilized. So we rented like a 10 by 10 space within the restaurant, and selling old jukebox records, which my husband used to work with a company that changes the jukebox records. So after a time, we were very successful, so we bought out the restaurant. And yes, we remodeled the restaurant and make it really nice. And we cook soup. We open at 9, and by 12 o'clock, we had soup ready. Soup was 15 cents a bowl at that time in the 70s. And we did either curry goat, to make it very simple, either a curry goat one day, or jerk chicken one day, or curry chicken the other day. And one plate of food was 35 cents. So you know how long that was. So I enjoy cooking soup. I think my children love my soup, my beef soup, and my stew peas. And those are my two favorite meal, I think. And by the way, the only awards I get at school is home economics, which is sewing and cooking. Although I don't cook now, I enjoy other people cooking for me.
Well, you live in New York, so you can travel the world in food. Just
restaurants, yes, all different types. My favorite, other than Jamaica, is Italian.
in the right place for it.
Jamaican food first on the list. Never tired of my own food. It's something about it when you grow up in Jamaica, the taste and how it makes you feel when you're finished eating and you're satisfied.
One thing we learn in the book is that you came to New York and you ended up opening up business in Jamaica, Queens. Was that a total coincidence, or did you hear that there was another Jamaica, so to speak?
Yeah. When I came in 1977, we went all over New York area, the Bronx, Brooklyn. We even started at first in Florida. Then when my husband came to Jamaica, Queens, I said, yes, this is the place. So this is where we're going to put up shop, Jamaica, Queens, because it reminded us so much of our island of Jamaica. And this is where we stayed 45 years now. My husband isn't here with me today, but he knows that what his dream was, we're carrying it on. My 2 stores are in Jamaica, Queens, my warehouse and my retail store. And I opened a small gallery to showcase Jamaican arts and culture. And it's like a pop-up store. Anybody can rent it and showcase with a book signing. And it's beautiful because it shows not only our music, but it shows the pictures from photographers from Jamaica.
Oh, amazing.
A few months ago, we had, what's the name of the artist that we have up there? Peter Simons. Peter Simons pictures, Peter Simon went to Jamaica in the early 60s and took a lot of artists when they were fairly young. So we showcases all his pictures a couple weeks ago.
Amazing. That sounds so wonderful. And you also do a lot of philanthropic work. You have the Vincent and Patricia Foundation. I'd love to hear what you enjoy most about your philanthropic work.
Well, growing up, I think my parents instilled in us that if we have, we should always give back to unfortunate ones that have less than us. So my goal is always to really give back and to help others. So many of my foundation it's all about the music and music education. And one of my chief persons that I support in Jamaica is the Alpha Boys School. This was a school that brought up a lot of the musicians. And I really admire Sister for starting that for the runaway boys, to give them a trade and to give them something that they can live from. And I've always given back, and that was instilled in me from a child with my dad and my mom. So I've always tried to do my best to help others. And that's why my husband and I built a Studio 17, so that the young artists could go and perform and to sing and to make a living from their singing. We had Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, many of the young artists in the 50s, 60s, and 70s recording in my husband's studio. And that's a way of giving back, because at that time it was $20 for the hour, but if they only had $5, we still let them go up and sing and pray that they'll have a hit that they can pay back some money when they have a hit. And wherever they look, whatever they do, we still let them go up and sing, because that is a way of showing that they can have a life of their own and be independent. Teach them.
They must have all thought of you like family, that you would do that for them. What are some of your favorite memories of some of these, what turned out to be the most iconic artists in the world, that when they were kids? What are some of your memories of Bob Marley?
Well, I remember Bob Marley coming around looking for his friends. He was very shy at that time. Most of the singers are shy at first, but to see them grow and develop has given me so much joy, because they're seeing them develop and be superstars make me very proud, because their success is also my success. And after a time, we become like extended family. When we sit and eat, we're just normal people, but when they go on stage, they're so different. And it gives me a lot of joy to just see them grow and develop to be the person they want to be. And to be a part of their growth and their developments make me very, very, very proud.
One lesson that I learned from reading the book was your family has such a good sense for business, and you adapted your business over the years to stay alive and thrive. Did you just have a natural sense of what to do, or did you ever read any books about business, or how did this come about?
Well, I didn't go to business school to learn about business, but I saw my parents, two sides of my parents had business. I saw my great grandmother and grandfather keeping, they call it Chinese shop in Jamaica. So I see how hard they work and how they service their community. So business was a part of me growing up. I see my mom and dad, after they moved to the countryside, how they helped to do the church, and how to develop like an after school program for the kids. And I just love what they do. Christmas time, my dad would make us as children give gifts to the people in the neighborhood. And it just dawned on me that I should do business. My husband used to work in a jukebox company, and he would go around the island servicing the jukeboxes and changing the old one and putting new one. And I could see how people were so happy to play the music that they love. And I remember I said if I should do something, I'd like to do something that people enjoy and love. I remember going to school at 12. I came from a very, very poor family. Going to school, my father used to work in an haberdashery. So he would get rubber bands and marbles very cheap. And during my lunchtime, I would sell the marbles and the rubber band because those were big items when 60, 70 years ago. So I would sell the rubber bands and marbles during my lunchtime so that I would get money for my lunch money. So I think from an early age of 12, I developed that instinct that I could sell something that somebody enjoy and create a business from it. And that's what I did all my life. I know myself well. That's when I start something, I'm like I do it until I'm tired of it, and then I go to do something else. I'm consumed when I used to make t-shirts because I wanted to make it so perfect. When I was a dressmaker first at 12, I used to do all the fancy tucks and darts and pleats. If you see in my book, you'll see me in a blue dress. I made that one for myself. So I love sewing and I love selling. Selling is my forte, I think. I love to sell, and I think selling becomes so easy for me to sell that sometimes it's very funny. The boys would come in and buy the music, and they don't have any more lunch money or any bus fare. So I have to give them back some money to take the bus to go home back. Because I could sell so well that I stayed on the counter for 20 years. So I knew how to sell, and I know the music to the T. I know the singers, the artists, the producers, the version. When I do something, I'm obsessed with it. And then when I achieve it, I go to something else. And I see myself in me in that. Whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but that's how I am.
I really felt that when reading the book, because it just seemed like all of your instincts were so sharp on when it was time to try something new. And it didn't seem like there was any failure involved. It just seemed like you knew what to do and you had a vision to get there. And especially in the music business, how many companies have come and gone in this time that VP Records has been around? It's really remarkable when you think about it in that terms, you know?
It wasn't any great knowledge, but because I love what I do, I try to do it good. If I do something today, tomorrow I try to do it better. I was never fearful. At my age, I'm still going back to school because I want to read and write better. And I'm not afraid to ask for help. And I would like to tell people out there, if you love what you do what you love and love what you do. And just start where you are. Don't make it be perfect. If you go in the road and you see a fork in the road, take anyone. Because even if you go on the wrong road, you'll enjoy the scenery, or you might meet somebody that you're supposed to meet. So I wasn't afraid to take on any new challenges and learn more and keep learning. If I couldn't do the texting, I wouldn't be able to talk to my grandkids. So I have to be learning everything new, every new technology, and I ask a lot of questions. And I'm not afraid to ask questions and say, I don't know, can you teach me? Can you show me? And develop a lot of skill that way.
I think that's the best approach to life, is to forever be a student. You can never be at that point where you think you know everything. There's always more to discover. Mm-hmm. That's wonderful advice.
Thank you. And if you need to ask me anything else, I'm here for you. I just want to give a shout out to my family who supported me all these years, my staff, my dedicated staff, some years working 30, 40, 50 years with me. And most of all, my record fans, my producers, my friends. Because after a time, the artist becomes our extended friends and family. And that's how we like to keep it. My company is a family-oriented company, and it's very simple. And the people that works here, we're all one big family. Every month and we have dinner together, lunch together. Birthday, we celebrate birthday. And we make it fun, because when it's work time, it's work time, and when it's playtime, it's playtime. And we make the job fun, because music is fun. Music brings people together. It's really a powerful way of, when you go to a dance, and regardless of what mood you're in, when you come out, you feel much better. Music is such a powerful equalizer for people to feel happy or feel sad. Sometimes I'm going in the car and I hear a song, and it brought up so much emotions in me, I start to cry. It really brings you back to where you was as a child. And that's a powerful way of healing yourself and still realizing that you are alive and you can enjoy the things that you enjoyed, say, 30, 40, 50 years ago. It's a beautiful feeling.
That's wonderful. Well, it's been such a pleasure to talk to you, Miss Pat. I hope you have a wonderful day, and thank you for joining us at the Music Club.
And thank you for having me. Duly appreciate it. And I hope I do good in your book club, and people will enjoy reading my book.
Yeah, for sure.
6 years of journey. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Until next time.
Okay, all right.